This is D with Creative Money Solutions coming to you today with an update on the student loan forgiveness. I know you may have, or if you haven't heard, the president has been looking at possibly canceling a portion of the student loan debt. Um, as you know, that's a big thing. And I'm a comment. I'm just going to kind of react to what he's saying, and I'll comment after words. But this is definitely something, as you know, that needs to be addressed, especially in our country, in the United States, because I believe it's really gotten out of hand. But let's just go ahead and listen to President Biden.
Said yesterday that you're, quote, getting closer to using executive authority to cancel up to $50,000 in student loan debt. Can you confirm that? What exactly are you looking to plan to do here in the coming
You mean my
months?
spokesman said that?
Majority Leader Schumer.
Look, number one, first thing we did was reform the system that was in place that didn't work for anybody, that allowed people to write off debt if they engaged in public service. We have almost 1,785,000, don't hold me the exact number, I'll get the number, 700 and some thousand have had debt forgiven, their whole debt forgiven because of their working in either as teachers or other means by which they qualify. And we continue to make that easier. Secondly, I am considering dealing with some debt reduction. I am not considering $50,000 debt reduction, but I'm in the process of taking a hard look at whether or not there will be additional debt forgiveness, and I'll have an answer on that in the next couple of weeks.
Majority Leader Schumer.
So that was President Biden's recent statement on the possibility of making some concessions and some debt cancellation as it relates to the student loans debt. In our country, student loans is about approximately 1.75 trillion. I mean, that's absolutely amazing. I mean, for those who have been alive a while, and I'm pretty young myself, but the older generation, even before us, they can remember times where they can go to school 4 years, easy under 15,000, and so our cost for education in this country has skyrocketed in tremendous proportions, and something has to be done about it. We can't just continue down this path. And I know over the years we've talked about and we've compared to other countries, look at the pros and cons in terms of free college and how does that play out? Some people don't like it because, okay, well, it's the state feeling like, okay, maybe they won't get the best education that way, or feeling like, hey, I don't want the government controlling the education. Well, they control a lot of it now. So, but however it goes, I just think we really need to look at that. And please comment. I want to hear how you all think about first of all, what President Biden stated, but also just in general, the student loan debt situation and crisis. It's a crisis, and we can't, we're not going to minimalize it or anything. It is what it is. It's a crisis. It's 1.75 trillion plus. And that breaks down to an average about 37,000 per person. So, he stated that President Biden stated that he's not going to do the 50,000. Okay. And that, because that would pretty much wipe out, a lot of it. So he's very smart. He's not going to go that far because if the average is about 37,000, now, of course, we got people that got six figures and I know people, and I know you may know some people, especially if you a lawyer, doctor. I mean, those you stay in school a long time. So those student loan debts will typically be a lot higher. And so, but, hey, we can take anything at this point, and like I said, if the average is about 37,000, then, hey, if you can do 25, if you can do 20, that's a big help. That'll at least reduce the minimum amount that you're paying per month, So again, that's kind of the latest on the student loan forgiveness. Hopefully we'll hear something soon. I believe August 31st, the actual current plan in place will expire. So I know he has a, little time to kind of really make a decision, but it sounds like he wants to come up in the next few weeks and kind of give us a heads up on what we're looking for in the future as it relates to the student loan debt. But all in all, like I said, we have to do something about this. We can't continue down this path. We got to start thinking of more creative ways. A lot of schools are going online now. That should save something. You don't have to deal with the brick and mortar and those type of things. So we have to start to look at this. We have all these technologies, all these things available to us. We have to start utilizing it, so we can become lean as a country. Okay. We don't want generations and generations burdened in debt. I read one statistic and about even within the Black community, how I think it was in a recent Times uh, article written stating that when Blacks graduate, they end up with, I believe, 12.5% more debt on their student loan after graduation. So and a lot of times, because again, and put like this, there's a lot of reasons for that, and maybe I'll get deep into that another time because I really just kind of want to focus on this. But that is something that has to be looked at, especially more so within my community, the Black community in general. So, but again, please comment, like, subscribe. Definitely want to hear your comments about what you think. Write it down in there. And like I said, I leave it open, because I want to hear what you have to say, so we can have this discussion. And maybe if the government is not going to come up with something, a permanent solution, not a temporary stopgap like they like to do and kick the can down the road, but we need something that's long term. Okay, that's a permanent solution.